point in the Magic even kicking the tires on him. I've thrown around the idea of Marc Gasol if the Grizzlies end up losing Mike Conley in free agency. Obviously, that would be something that you do post-draft and you keep the pick, but they have a lot of options there.
Yeah, options are always something that Rob Hennigan and staff always would love to keep in the situation. So Zach's going to hang out with me and Marc as usual. We're going to hang out for the final 15 minutes. But, Marc, one team we still haven't discussed. I'm going to let you get about maybe 2 or 3 minutes in, which is the New Orleans Pelicans, a team that
they need to take Buddy Hield. Take Buddy Hield. End of story.
The New Orleans Pelicans, if you look at the ESPN draft show, basically their needs were, I think it was point guard, wing, and center, which was basically everything that's not named Anthony Davis. Marc,
yeah, pretty much.
Basically everything not Anthony Davis. And so you look at the roster right now, you're picking, they're picking at 6, I think it is. Zach said Buddy Hield. Do you agree with the consensus of this that Buddy Hield has to be the pick here?
Yeah, I agree. If Minnesota doesn't pick him, then you should take him. If Minnesota doesn't pick him, then they should take him. But they could go a number of different places.
Would you say, Zach?
I said that was some deep, hard-hitting analysis there, Marc.
Yeah, you got to take them. I mean, but here's the thing: they don't have a point guard, right? They don't have a shooting guard.
They have Drew Holiday.
Right.
Drew
Holiday hasn't been nothing since Philadelphia.
Drew Holiday played well when he was healthy.
But the problem, he's never healthy. I'm like, all those guys they're always injured. I mean, man, and then now they have a coach that wants to play offense instead of defense. So, I mean, just a lot going on.
To point out the fact that I thought that was a terrible hiring when he was hired, and I still think it is, and I think a lot of people would agree with me now. So,
I don't think nobody disagrees with this one. So, Marc, back to what you were saying. So you're saying that it's Buddy Hield, but is there any other option other than Buddy Hield that this team should look at? Is it Chris Dunn? Maybe Jamal Murray?
I would say like this. They could look at Buddy. They could start with Buddy Hield, right? If he's not there, Chris Dunn. Then guess what? If they're not there, Denzel Valentine. Move anywhere, to get some type of guard who's healthy, who actually can play basketball. Wow,
so you wouldn't go with a big man in this situation? Maybe a Pirtle, Deontay Davis?
But you know what? I don't trust the coach. That's the problem, right? All right, if you have Anthony Davis, right, and we know what he can do, right? Now, if they really, was real smart, they could have a guy like Sabonis play alongside him, and that actually would work. But of course, what they're going to say is we're picking number 6, right? And he's not high enough, even though Sabonis is probably better than most of the players in the draft. If you watch them, I mean, the guy's an automatic double-double no matter what level he's going to play on. He would be a nice fit next to Davis, but you need a guard too. So to me, you can go any number of directions, but I'm like, if Chris Dunn and Buddy Hield aren't there, you should be looking at Sabonis and you should be looking at Denzel Valentine. Those would be the next players in line to look at. I would not be looking at a guy that I have to develop like Jaylen Brown or some of these other guys who just they have fantastic talent, but they're not ready to play.
It's interesting, guys. Zach joined the show a few minutes ago. Marc's been on the whole time, but that's a name that we have not heard throughout this entire show is Jaylen Brown, a guy that in my original mock draft I had him going as high as number 4, a guy that didn't measure out very well, and at the same time, none of the team guys have even mentioned Jaylen Brown as an option. Marc, is he going to be one of these games that could be sliding on draft night, in your opinion?
I think he'll slide, but he won't slide by much. He's a super athletic, really can play above the rim. But the basketball skill, that needs work. The shooting needs work. The ball handling is atrocious. I've watched Cal all year, every game, and but his energy, is so great, and his passion for the game is great, but he's just not a basketball player at this point. And that's a guy that you really have to develop. If you expect him to put up numbers for you right away, you're going to be sadly mistaken. He's just not ready to do that yet.
We got a call on from the. hold on, Zach. Before we get that, we got a caller online from the 646 that have been holding very patiently. Caller, what's your name and what's on your mind? Welcome to Full Court Press.
Oh, man, you know who it is.
It's our main man, Ted Hicks. Ted, what's going on?
What's going on, man? I'm just leaving Citi Field and said, let me listen to the best basketball show that I know of. And just to hear, I missed everything. What did my Knicks do? Did my Knicks do anything?
Zach, you know what? I'm going to let Zach take this one. Zach, since he is the captain of the Punny Fun team. Zach, how was the Knicks night in your opinion?
Wait, the Knicks are a franchise still?
Oh, come on.
Ted, there's your answer.
Okay. It's good. They didn't hire Kurt Rambis as their head coach yet, so that's progress.
That's progress for now.
But they don't have a draft pick.
And I think Phil Jackson, Mark, am I correct? Is he still in Nebraska or Idaho, like chasing corn or whatever?
Yeah, he's still on vacation somewhere, trying to still sell the idea of coaching the home games, and that's it, yeah.
I think it's actually South Dakota.
Okay.
South Dakota?
Yeah.
I think once you get past Idaho, I think Idaho, Nebraska, all those places are exactly the same. It looks the same on paper, so I'm assuming they're all the same when you're driving through the country. So Ted, what's on your mind besides the Knicks? Because the Knicks didn't really do anything tonight.
All right. So, I hear Marc's on the line, and I know he must have been talking about the Sixers. The only thing that kept popping up on my phone was, is this finally the Sixers' time? What are they going to do?
They still have work to do. Even after they make the number one pick, they still have a lot of work to do. If it was me, I'll be talking to Phoenix and talking to some other teams, and really trying to aggressively make a trade. That's what I'll be trying to do. Okafor definitely will be on the block if it was me. He doesn't defend well at all. He gets lost in pick and roll defense. Can't defend away from the basket. Get him out of there. You're gonna have one big too many. Get him out of there.
He can't defend a stationary chair.
Yeah. And he's not all that great of a rebounder. Offensively, he's great, though. You know what I mean? But with the way the game is going, it's changing. You're going to have to be able to do more than be a traditional post player. He needs help. He has value right now. Get him out of there while he has value.
Now, the question is, Mark, you said Phoenix. But here's the question, Mark. Are you trying to acquire one of Phoenix's picks, or are you trying to move off of one?
No, I would say like this, Sixers need to keep the number one pick. They need to offer Okafor, for 4 and 13, and a player, and then maybe we'll give one of those other late round 20-something picks back to Phoenix. Phoenix doesn't know what they're doing. They have a whole bunch of players who could play, no direction, mismanaged terribly, but they have talent on the team. And what you need to do is take some of the talent off that team. Of course, they're not going to give away Devin Booker because he's probably a star in waiting. But some of the other guys, that they're probably not high on, you probably can get them for nothing, like T.J. Warren or Archie Goodwin, or one of the guys who were hurt, Brandon Knight, or Eric Bledsoe. You probably can get one of them too. So, go ahead, make a deal. You probably can get a 3-for-1 or 3-for-2 out of this thing. Go ahead, make it happen.
Hey, I do have a final question. Do the Nets have a draft pick before 2025?
Yeah, 2024.
I think the Nets' next first-round pick is when my daughter turns 17 years old, and she'll be 3 on June 7th. Ted, real quick before you hop offline, tell everybody about your show you got coming up, and I hear you got a big move coming.
Come on, man. We do I do 2 shows. Every Saturday, Baseball, Beer, and Barbecue with my buddies Lee Val and Todd Vandenberg. We talk with the latest and greatest. We focus on football, baseball, but we tend to we tend to have experts on from football and basketball. And then Wednesday night, I do Late Night Parents. I talk with parents about technology, sports, you name it. And we're going to be making a move to local AM radio in New York. So WLIE 540 AM will be coming live from there in June. So thanks for the promo, and guys, keep up the good work.
That's Ted Hicks. You can find his show here on the Happy Hour Network. Like I said, Baseball, Beer, Barbecue Saturday mornings at 10 a.m. as well as Late Night Parents, 8 p.m. on Wednesday nights. Ted Hicks, thanks for calling the show tonight, my friend. We got 5 minutes left, guys, and let's give about 15 seconds to give a round of applause for the Toronto Raptors. If this was actually one of those rec league games, you give the Raptors a trophy for showing up, because right now the Cavs are up 105-76 midway through the fourth quarter in Cleveland in Game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals. Guys, Zach, I'm going to let you go with this one real quick. Is this how this series is going to turn out? Do you think this is going to be a complete blowout the entire series the way it was tonight?
Yes. I didn't even watch any tonight, and I just know it is.
Yeah, this is going to be sweet.
For Zach who hasn't watched, and for most of the country who have pretty much Turner televisions, LeBron, one Cavs starter have played over 30 minutes, and that was Kyrie Irving, who's played 30. That's it. Irving is a plus 15, 27 points, 5 assists, a couple steals. LeBron James, 11 of 13 from the floor, 24 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists. Here's the thing. LeBron's missed 2 shots from the floor and has missed 2 free throws. That's it. The Cavs have really systematically destroyed the Toronto Raptors from every which way down the court. And just then, it's been a bad enough night for the Raptors because Terrence Ross just missed a dunk. It's been that kind of night for the Raptors. DeMar DeRozan and Kyle Lowry have struggled. DeRozan actually started to wake up, but Kyle Lowry is 4-14 from the floor, 0-7 from the three-point line. The Raptors just can't seem to get it together. Guys, before we check out here, Zach, let's go back to the end of the Magic real quick. The Magic have had a crazy week. Could you tell the folks about the Scott Skiles thing that happened this afternoon about the contract with Scott Skiles signed with another team?
I actually don't know what you're talking about.
Well, there's an article at FCBRadio.com about a clause in the deal for Scott Skiles that he cannot sign with another team. I think it was a 2-year window.
Yeah. They had an agreement that most teams put in when a coach, quits or what have you, that they can't coach for a certain amount of time. The Magic did this previously with Billy Donovan when he backed out in 2007 before Sam Van Gundy was ultimately hired. So it's just kind of a protocol type thing that happens. I'd be surprised if Scott Skiles is coaching in the NBA again, to be honest. And maybe there's a team that decides they want to go with a retread that has had some success, but I think that Skiles' time might be done with this. I did have one point to make about the Pelicans, though. A name that Marc didn't mention, Jamal Murray.
Is he going to be there? That's the question.
I mean, if you tossed out Dunn's name, I don't think that Dunn would be there. So if you're going to toss his name out there, I think you have to at least consider that. Because top 3 is probably Simmons, Ingram, and then Bender in some way, and then after that you go Dunn, Hield, and Murray. So one of them's probably there at
yeah, I think one of them will be there.
I mean, I think Jaylen Brown might end up going 4. So, there's so many possibilities. So.
Yeah, it definitely. I mean, it's going to be one of those drafts where after you get past the first 2,
number 3,
you just don't know what to expect after that.
Well, guys, we got about 30 seconds left here on Full Court Press Radio here on the Happy Hour Network. Zach, what is everybody? 15 seconds. Your contact information. How can everybody find you?
Yeah, everybody can read my work at Orlando Pinstripe Post. I'm the managing editor over there. It's been fun with Scott Skiles just kind of randomly quitting. And they can find me on Twitter at ZachOliverNBA. I will talk golf with you instead of basketball. So that's what we're about over there.
Basically because the Magic have been golfing for the longest. Marc, real quickly, how does everybody find you on social media?
Yeah, Breakdown Sport on Twitter and Instagram. There you go.
For Mark Johnson and Zach Oliver, we're back again. This is Full Court Press Radio. We'll see you guys on Tuesday night. And we're not talking draft. We're actually going to be talking actual playoff series. So we'll see you guys on Tuesday night.